Imagine a silence so absolute it feels heavy, like the weight of a mile of black ocean water. Deep beneath the Ural Mountains, where the permafrost never thaws, there is a room. It is not a room of marble or gold, but of cold steel, flickering fluorescent tubes, and the low rhythmic hum of cooling fans. There are no soldiers here, no generals with medals pinned to their chests, no presidents with trembling fingers poised over red buttons. There is only the machine. It is called Perimeter Asterisk, but the West knows it by a more visceral name. The Dead Hand. It is a ghost in the gears, a digital executioner designed to ensure that if Russia were to die, the rest of the world would be buried in the same grave. But the true horror of the Dead Hand isn't that it exists. It's the psychological realization that at the height of our sophistication, we decided that the only way to save humanity was to take humanity out of the equation entirely. To understand the Dead Hand, you must understand the smell of the 1980s. It smelled of ozone, cigarette smoke in bunker air, and the metallic temps of adrenaline. The Cold War had moved past the era of grand speeches. It had become a game of milliseconds. The Americans had deployed Pershing missiles in West Germany, weapons so fast they could turn the Kremlin into a crater in less than 6 minutes. Imagine being a Soviet leader. You are an aging man in a concrete box. You know that by the time your morning coffee has cooled, you could be vapor. You realize that human biology is your greatest weakness. A human being might hesitate. A human being might see the flash of a detonating city and, in a final act of mercy, refuse to fire back. The Soviet High Command viewed this mercy as a flaw. They looked at the psyche of man with all its empathy, its fear, and its capacity for doubt, and they saw a glitch in the system. To ensure peace, they needed a monster that could not feel. The Dead Hand was born from this dark psychology, the ultimate expression of mistrust. Not just mistrust of the enemy, but mistrust of ourselves. The protocol is a masterpiece of technological nihilism. If a nuclear strike is detected, the system doesn't immediately fire. It waits. It listens. It feels for the tremors of the earth through seismic sensors. It sniffs the air for the telltale radiation of a dying world. It monitors the radio frequencies, searching for the voices of the High Command. If the sensors detect the fire of 1,000 suns, and the radio waves return nothing but the static of a scorched atmosphere, the machine reaches a conclusion. It realizes it is alone. It realizes its creators are ash. In that moment of electronic solitude, the Dead Hand wakes up. It bypasses every human lock. It transmits a command to command missiles that soar across the desolate Russian sky, broadcasting launch codes to every remaining silo, submarine, and bomber. It is a symphony of fire conducted by a corpse. But here is where the story shifts from military history to a nightmare of human error. We like to think of these systems as perfect, cold, and logical. We trust them because we believe machines don't have bad days. History tells a different story. Think of Stanislav Petrov, the man who in 1983 saw 5 American missiles on his radar. The computer told him, with 100% certainty, that the end had begun. The protocol demanded he reported, which would have triggered a total retaliatory strike. But Petrov looked at the screen and felt a twitch in his soul. He sensed a ghost in the machine. He gambled on a hunch that it was a false alarm. He was right, the sun had simply reflected off high-altitude clouds in a way that fooled the sensors. Petrov saved the world because he was defective, he was human. He broke the rules. The Dead Hand was designed to remove people like Petrov from the loop. It was built to ensure that hunches could never interfere with the mechanics of extinction. We reached a point in our history where we became so terrified of being murdered that we automated our suicide. As you listen to this, the Dead Hand is still there. It was never truly deactivated. It sits in the dark, its circuits pulsing with a slow, rhythmic heartbeat of electricity. It is the ultimate monument to our failure as a species. We spent thousands of years evolving, building cathedrals, writing poetry, and mapping the stars, only to hand the keys to our entire civilization to a cold, unfeeling algorithm buried in a mountain. We fear the AI of the future, the robots that might turn on us, but we forget that we already built the god of destruction decades ago. We didn't build it to hate us. We built it because we were too afraid to trust each other. The silence of the Ural Mountains remains. The sensors continue to sniff the wind. The seismic plates continue to listen for the shaking of the world. And the Dead Hand waits, a silent witness to a peace maintained by the promise of a mechanical apocalypse. In the end, the question isn't whether the machine will work. The question is why we were so eager to build a world where the only thing left to protect us was our own ghost.